So first thing first, that we have a question that is very important thing. How do we find the meaning? Especially for the words. Bagaimana kita bisa menggapai, memahami makna dari sebuah kata? According to the theory that we have the meaning of a word by understanding, by recognizing that every words have what we call relationship with other words. Kita memahami bahwa kata itu saling berhubungan, sehingga we know the meaning of the words itself. That is the question please mention one part of knowing the meaning of lexeme. Pahami bagaimana memaknai sebuah kata. And the answer for it is that we know the meaning of a lexeme by recognition that two or more lexeme may have some semantic relationship. Okay? As the example here, we have the word mother, and the relationship can be father, son, and etc. If someone asks you about the meaning of the word blue, so you recognize that the word blue having relation with yellow, white, red, and etc. And this is what we call a color, the name of color, okay? And talking about the lexical relation, we just mentioned before that a lexeme has a relationship between them. And talking about relationship itself, what we call lexical relationship, we have two kinds of it. First thing first is semantic field theory. And the other one is that what we call truth conditional semantics. And we have already discussed before about semantic field theory, and we have kinds of it, like part whole, like circle, okay? And semantic field theory is an attempt to classify the meaning, which is share and differentiated. Adalah sebuah upaya mencari makna kata berdasarkan ada ciri-ciri yang sama dan ciri-ciri yang membedakan. Okay? That's why we have what we call CA, or componential analysis. That is an attempt to differentiate the member of the set from one another. In this case, we talk about lexemes, ya. Kalau bicara tentang CA itu selalu objeknya, selalu apanya ya, yang dibicarakan itu adalah words atau lexeme. That's why if we have a word man and woman, how do we conclude that man and woman is different? Bagaimana Anda tahu bahwa kata lexeme man and woman is different? Don't just answer the question like this. Yes, ma'am, I already checked it on the dictionary that man and woman is different. That's it. Not like that. Answer. Ya, kalau kamusnya bagus ya. If you have got a good dictionary, that's okay. But how about the source is not good enough? I mean, the dictionary is not good. So how do you testify it? Atau saya akan bertanya, how do you know? How do you testify it that men and women are different lexeme? Okay, you can analyze these two words by CA by using the brackets. Anda bisa menggunakan kurung, ya kan? Di mana di situ di breakdown have a meaning of each lexeme. Like man is adult, human, male, and female. But woman is adult, human, minus male, and female. And the difference between man and woman in this case is male and female. Man is plus male and woman is minus male. Okay, so this is the clarification. This is the way to testify that man and woman is different lexeme, because the difference is on the male which is plus. Ya, kalau man itu male-nya plus kan, kalau woman itu male-nya minus. Tapi jangan ditanya yang ACDC itu ya, that's different analysis of course. Okay, so this is the way, the things, the way, the steps that you have to do for analyzing the lexeme, the words, by using what is it called exponential analysis. Another example is that if we have the words lexeme sofa and bench, how do you find the difference between that? Sofa is upholstery. Sofa itu ada penyangganya, ya, ada upholstery. So thus upholstery is what we call distinctive feature. So you compare to find the same feature, and you contrast, you find the different feature of what we call distinctive feature. Understand that? So this is what we call a componential analysis, analisa komponen, and it is used just for words atau lexeme. Hanya bisa dipakai untuk menganalisa persamaan dan perbedaan kata, what we call the synonym and antonym of words. But if I say synonymy and antonymy is different things, ingat itu, Ika? Masih bingung tidak? Perbedaannya antara synonymy, synonym, antonym, and antonymy. Ika, is that still confused with that? Or Hanif, what do you think? Is it the same thing between synonymy and synonym?
Different.
Oke, dia sekarang sudah paham bahwa sinonim. Maka ketika Anda belajar kosakata, itu guru Anda atau dosen Anda, dear students, what is the synonym of this word? Is it right? Never say, what is the synonymy now? What is the antonym of this word? Never say, what is the antonymy now? This is different. Nanti Anda semakin akan jelas apa perbedaan antara sinonim. Perbedaannya hanya satu huruf dah, why? But it's very, very different concept in meaning, of course. Okay. So again, if you want to analyze lexemes, whether this is synonym or antonym, you have to use what we call CA. Nanti kalau Anda punya waktu banyak, ke perpus banyak sekali thesis yang bicara tentang itu, kebetulan saya pembimbingnya. That's talking about the synonym, the componential analysis of cultural terms. Ya, perbedaan sinonim antara istilah-istilah budaya dalam novel X itu sudah bagus sekali. Jadi Anda coba baca Memoir of Geiza, ya, itu kan sebuah novel yang bercerita tentang kehidupan Jepang, tapi dicoba diterjemahkan dalam kehidupan Indonesia, bahasa Indonesia, dan ada beberapa terminologi Jepang yang diterjemahkan dalam bahasa Indonesia, tapi tidak cocok secara wording, secara lexeme. Kenapa? Karena dikatakan sama, tetapi feature-nya berbeda. One feature different, one feature differentiated feature, it can be called that this is antonym. Hati-hati sekali ya, satu feature saja berbeda, sudah bisa dikatakan bahwa itu antonym. But synonym, most of the feature, most of the same feature, share feature must be the same. Seperti saya katakan lingkaran, ketika dia itu sinonim, lingkarannya akan jadi satu. Tapi ketika antonym, lingkaran dua itu akan menjadi ada satu celah kecil yang terjadi ketika lingkaran itu bersinggungan. Maka itulah yang disebut dengan antonym. Okay? Do you have any questions so far? Is it clear enough? Ya, sekarang saya akan masuk ke truth conditional semantics, soalnya saya ingatkan dulu supaya Anda tidak bingung. Ya, ketika ada pertanyaan hiponimi, Hiponymy adalah relationship between words. Maka di sini yang menjadi permasalahan adalah relation between words or relation between proposition. Dan di sini proposition adalah statement. Okay. So which one is synonym? Is it words or statement? If you want to find out the same meaning between words or lexeme, we have what we call componential analysis. But if we want to find out the synonym between statement or what we call proposition, basic meaning, so we have what we call truth conditional semantic. Yeah. Okay. Hiponymy, kalau ada pertanyaan, apa hiponymy? Sekali lagi, hiponymy is the relation between two words, not two statements. No, two words, in which the meaning of the words one would include the meaning of other words. As the example, cat. You know cat, kucing, is the hyponym is of animal. Jadi, cat itu bagian dari binatang. Apa yang dimiliki oleh seekor cat itu akan masuk dalam apa yang ciri-ciri yang ada di dalam seekor binatang. Ya, it thinks that if one thing is true, the other must be true. What rose and flower is hyponym. Why? Because it's hiponymy. Why? Because the characteristic of being flower is the part of the characteristic of being rose. We know that every flower is beautiful, nice odor, something like that. So the characteristic of being flower is the part of the characteristic of being rose. So we know that this is the relation between words. So what we call hiponymy or what we call semantic feature tadi atau componential analysis. Yeah. Rose is hyponym. Okay, the general truth is hyponym. Dan flower adalah subordinate-nya. Dan yang masuk dalam kategori rose seperti what is it? Jepun, what is it? Orchid, okay. That's what we call co-hyponym. Understand that? Is it complicated? Hiponymy is the relation, and hyponym is the rose. Okay, and the flower, the general terms for the rose is what we call subordinate. And rose, and then what else? Orchid, and then Jepun, bunga apa namanya, boja dan seterusnya, itu disebut dengan co-hyponyms. Okay, and once again, synonymy and synonym. Synonymy is mutual entailment, mutual statement, mutual proposition. Entailment is two statements. Entailment is two propositions, may be related in such way. If the one thing is true, the other must be true. Misalnya, the letter is too short. Okay, the letter tangga atau itu tangga ya. And the letter is too short to reach the road. Okay, bagaimana bisa menjadi mutual statement atau statement yang sama atau synonymy? The letter is not long enough to reach the road. Understand that? So the relation here is not words, but the relationship. I mean, the meaning relation is that under what we call statement atau entailment atau proposition. Understand that, Hanif? Is it clear enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Ini siang-siang belajar semantik ya, wah crucial time sekali ya. Kalau di kelas kampus sudah ngantuk semua ini, jam sekian semantik ya kan, semantik itu harusnya pagi, segar ya. But it's okay. Never mind. I tried to teach you in a, what is it? Ya, dengan mudah ya, supaya Anda bisa memahami dan easy way you can understand that. And this is not a complicated one to be learned about. Okay. Synonyms. Once again, is mutual hyponymy. Is an instance of hyponymy. Once again, hyponymy is a relation between two words in which the meaning of one word include the meaning of other words. Okay. Okay. Now, let us see again. We have synonym and we have synonymy, but you have to state it on your mind that synonym is mutual hyponymy and synonymy is mutual entailment, mutual statement, and mutual proposition. That's the difference between that two terminologies. Okay. Another one that you have to understand, instead of synonym and synonymy, is that what we call antonym and antonymy. Okay. Once again, antonym related with lexeme with words. It's a kind of mutual contradictory. If one is true, the other must be false. Okay. Antonymy, this is antonymy. Pakai Y, bedanya tuh hanya pakai Y, tapi luar biasa perbedaannya. Kalau Anda ikut kelas semantik, Anda nggak tahu itu, pikirnya sama ya. Antonymy, antonym, synonym, synonymy. You think this is the same one thing. Is that okay, honey? Before you take semantic class, do you think that the two terminology is the same one, honey? Before taking this class, is that right, honey? Atau siapa?
I never heard the term synonymy and antonymy before.
Oh, never. But maybe when you study about synonym and then you think about, how about synonymy? How about antonymy instead of antonym? Is that right, honey?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's right. So you know well that this terminology is very different. Hubungannya apa? Ya hubungannya lexical relation atau statement. You know statement? Statement itu adalah adanya subjek, predikat, dan objek. Pernyataan kan? Tetapi kalau lexeme, everything related with lexeme, lexical, lexicon, that's what we call words. Yeah. So, once again, instead of synonymy, we have what we call antonymy. Antonymy is an instance of mutual contradictory statement. Boleh ditambah begitu ya. Mutual contradictory proposition. Entailment. If one is true, the other must be true, must be false. Sorry. Contoh, she is watching TV now. Itu kan pernyataannya, statementnya. Bagaimana antonyminya? What is the antonym of she's watching TV now? Ayo Ika.
She's not watching TV now.
Very good. So the antonymy is that she's not watching TV or mutual statement, a contradictory statement. And talking about the antonym, bicara tentang antonym, that is mutual, not entailment, mutual words, yeah, mutual lexeme, mutual lexicon, lexical. Antonym, not mutual, contradictory. That's it, the perbedaan kata. Apakah Anda pernah berpikiran dalam bahasa Inggris tentang adanya kasus mark and unmarked antonym? You just? Have you ever heard before marked and unmarked antonym? Bagas?
Never yet, ma'am.
Pernah dengar belum? Belum?
Belum, ma'am.
Wah, sekarang Anda mungkin sudah tahu wordingnya atau katanya, tapi Anda tidak tahu bahwa itu kasus Mark and Anthony. The unmarked is the global member of the opposition. Okay, the example, old and young. Okay, old is unmarked. Why? It is more frequently in used, such as in the sentence. Ketika Anda bertanya pada seseorang, how old are you? Oh, I am already blah, 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 blah. Old, begitu kan? Have you ever said that? How young are you? Oh, I am already young, begitu? Pernah?
Never.
Pernah? Never. So old here. Kan itu antonym yang antonym itu kan word ya, leksim ya. Old itu lawan katanya apa tuh antonymnya? Young kan ya? Dan antara old dan young itu yang sering dipakai, lazim dipakai yang mana? Old kan? Oke. Okay. So unmarked itu yang lazim dipakai. Global member itulah yang disebut dengan kata tadi old. Contohnya, dia tingginya 160 meter tall. Is that right? Have you ever said that? Have you ever said that? Oh, she is 160 meter high. Have you ever said that? Oh, tingginya 160. Huh? Have you ever said that? Never, is that right? Never, is that right? Ya. Yeah. Jadi antara high lawan katanya tall itu yang sering dipakai mana? High atau tall? Which one? Honey, which one? Between high and tall, which one is always used and global use?
High.
Juliana, both. High. Oke. Okay. Jadi antonim adalah kata yang sering dipakai, yang disebut dengan unmarked antonym. Yang tidak sering dipakai disebut dengan marked antonym. Not antonymy, but antonym. Okay, yeah. Another one that you have to know related with antonym is what we call binary and non-binary antonym. Have you ever heard before? Pernah dengar kata binary dan non-binary? Pernah dengar tidak?
Pernah.
Halo? Ya, apa itu?
Dua hal berbeda, dua kelompok berbeda.
Apa yang berbeda? Kelompok apa? Kelompok kata atau kelompok kalimat?
Kata, men.
Bisa dua-duanya ya kan? Tapi ya sekarang bedanya di mana? Contohnya, ya apakah Anda pernah melihat mendengar antonim dari on? What is the antonym of the word on? Would you please turn it on? And would you please turn it
Off.
Turn it
Off.
Yeah. So we have on and off. Is that right? But have you ever said that would you please turn it very on? Setengah terang. Atau terang sekali, very on. Or would you please turn it very off? Mati sekali. Have you ever say that? Have you ever say that?
No.
Adanya very tidak pernah. Maka itulah disebut dengan binary. Tidak adanya middle ground, tidak ada tambahan di dalam antonym itu. Maka disebut dengan binary. But if I say he looks very young. Oh, she looks very old. saya bisa menyelipkan kata very pada there is intermediate term between a very old and very young. Young, old, very high, very tall. So this is what we call non-binary antonym. Understand that? Jangan bingung antonymi dan antonym ya. Ini masih mengacu pada word atau leksim, maka disebut dengan yeah. Another one that you have to know also kinds of antonym related to the statement. Hello, converse antonym. For example, the book is below the map, begitu kan? Jadi adanya statement, adanya basic meaning atau proposisi yang dibandingkan, itulah yang disebut dengan yang dicari perbedaannya, contrast, itulah yang disebut dengan converse antonym. Okay? Converse antonym masuk, di converse antonym ya, bisa juga antonymy, bisa juga ditambah ya. Converse includes kinship and social role, husband, wife, employer, dan seterusnya. Okay. We just stated before, what is truth conditional semantics? Minggu kemarin ada lexical relation yang berhubungan dengan hubungan antar kata bisa mencapai makna, ya. Itu yang disebut dengan lexical relationship. Selain lexical relationship itu ada CA. Ini disebut dengan truth conditional semantics. Okay, that is used by comparing the predication that can be made about the same referring expressions or arguments. Ya, kalau sudah berhubungan dengan truth conditional semantic, ini adalah sudah mengacu pada proposisi, pada statement, maka pasti ada predikator dan ada argumen, referen, argumen ya, atau valensi teori ya kemarin yang menyertainya. Ya, jadi truth conditional semantics adalah hubungan antara predikator beserta dengan referen-referennya atau argumen-argumennya dibandingkan dengan satu statement yang ada predikatornya dan referen atau argumen-argumennya. Ya, so once again, truth conditional semantic is the relationship between the proposition. Would you please come to your mind that if we talk about proposition, it means that we talk about statement, never words, never lexicon. Proposisi selalu mengacu pada statement. Statement itu selalu ada predikatornya, predication yang ditemani oleh argumen-argumennya, dan role dari argumen itu bermacam-macam. Ada yang team, ada yang goal, dan seterusnya. Itulah yang disebut dengan apa? Hanif? Tapi ada sebuah predikator dan ada argumen-argumen yang menyertainya, related to each other and based on the rules, based on the semantic rule. What is it? Bagas, ayo. Ridos, Ika, Hanif.
Statement.
Not just statement, bukan statement. Ada sebuah predikator yang kemudian ada argumen-argumen yang menyertainya yang berdasarkan atas semantic rules-nya. Ayo, apa itu namanya? Ayo, Ika. Juliana Bubrawa, kalau ada yang sudah betul tak tambahi di sini. Ayo, Bedas. Bagas. Ika. There is a predicators accompanied with argument and having its semantic rule. What is it? What we call valency theory. What is it? Apa ya? proposition. Or what we call apa? Basic meaning. Okay, so the truth conditional semantic is the relationship between the proposition and the basic meaning itself. So talking about the basic meaning, talking about the proposition, we have to understand well, we have to know well that there is a predicator, there is an argument, and how many arguments that we have it related with the predicator itself. We count it, kita menghitungnya kan, disebut dengan apa kemarin itu? Valency theory. Dan semantic role-nya kan sesuai dengan perannya kan, ada peran tema, goal, affecting, affected, and something like that. Every semantic roles that you have to understand. This is what we call the analysis of basic meaning, or what we call proposition. And talking about truth conditional semantics, talking about the relationship between proposition, not talking about the relation between lexical, not just lexical. Many truth conditional semantics studies lexical relation by masih ada kata-kata itu kan, comparing predication that can be made about the same referring expressions or arguments. It can be stated that the relation, semantic truth conditional semantic is relation between two propositions, not componential analysis. This is, of course, this is truth conditional semantic. Talking about the truth conditional semantic, we have entailment. Yeah, entailment. That is the relationship between two propositions, basic meaning, that can be made about the same referring expressions. If one thing is true, the other one must be true. Tadi kan sudah ya? Okay. There are beautiful flowers in the garden. Entailmentnya apa? There are beautiful roses in the garden. Okay. This mention kind of truth conditional semantic. Truth conditional semantic ada paraphrase, ya, di mana proposisi P dan Q yang satu betul, yang lainnya juga betul. Maka ada yang kalau ada dibuat paraphrase harus sama maknanya antara P dan Q, antara A dan B. Contradiction is the relation between two propositions. If the other one is true, the other one must be false. Tadi he is watching TV, he is not watching TV. Okay? Do you have any questions so far? Hanif, Vedas? Is it okay? Clear enough? Masih bingung? Apa bingungnya? Hanif? Pika? Halo? Jadi berhenti ya? Halo?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah? Is there any questions so far? Is it clear enough?
Not yet, ma'am.
Nah, ya gimana Hanif?
No question yet.
Oh, ya sudah. Let us see now for number 13 and 14 and 15. It's a kind of predicates. This is predicates of semantic, ya, bukan predicates syntactically analysis. Is it? No, symmetrical predicate, ya itu kan symmetrical ya, symmetris ya, seperti the same size, ya, as the back skip. Nah, synonymous itu predikat symmetrical. Kemudian reciprocal, collided, agreed. But reciprocal predicate can be changed into symmetrical predicate like truck and bus collided, Tom and agreed. And here we are, there are expressions of quantity in English like all, no, some, many, and few. Okay, so this is talking about semantic relationship we know that semantic relationship between, they have two kinds, that is lexeme, related with lexeme, and we analyze it with CA, componential analysis. And we have another one, that the relation between proposition or statement, okay, or basic meaning, okay, and we analyze this with what we call valency theory. Ya, jadi relasi makna itu ada dua jenis, satu adalah kata dan satu adalah statement. Contohnya, konsepnya adanya sinonim, synonymy, antonym, antonymy, and kinds of predicates. We have three kinds. That's it: reciprocal, and then synonymies, dan seterusnya. Oke, ada pertanyaan dulu, silahkan bertanya. Ika, have you got any questions so far? Widows? Bagas? Hanif? Is it clear enough? Is it clear enough? Hello? Yulana Popra? Ika? How are you, Ika?
Sorry, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, I'm just back from the toilet. I will watch the recording.
Okay, do you have any questions so far? Ika, is it clear enough?
Yes, ma'am, it helps a lot. But tadi sempat bingung, ini materinya yang mana sih gitu. Ternyata yang meeting 6.
Yeah, masih meeting 6 because so many terms, so many materials for meeting 6, and I just finished it. And next week we have meeting 9 for the topic, talking about the reference. Okay. Tapi by the way, is there any question, Ika?
No, ma'am. Oh, it's clear so far.
Is it clear enough? Yeah. Okay. Widows, how about you, Bagas? Is it any question, Bagas?
No, ma'am.
No, that's okay. Are you healthy and safe? Safe and healthy, Bagas? Is it okay? Sehat-sehat selalu ya, Bagas, ya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Juliana Bofra, have you got any question? Bofra, Juliana Bofra. Nggak ada kabarnya, ini tidur banyak. Firdaus? Hanif?
No, ma'am.
Is it clear enough, Hanif? So far so good, Hanif?
Clear, ma'am.
Clear, okay. Ya sudah, kalau sudah clear, kita akhiri saja ya. Minggu depan ada kuliah baru dengan topik berbeda untuk meeting yang ke-9. Okay, thank you very much for joining the class and see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
for
See you
doing
next
the-
week.
See you next
Yeah.
week. Stay healthy and safe. Bye.
Bye,
Okay.
ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. You.